Hi, and welcome to WCBN FM Ann Arbor, as we're here to broadcast you the Michigan basketball's game as they take on the Howard University's Bison tonight in the 2K Classic, which will be benefiting the Wounded Warriors Project tonight. The 2K Classic is the nation's premier season open college basketball tournament and is celebrating its 22nd anniversary. Last year, the winners of the 2K Classic was Duke University, and who lost to them in the championship was Georgetown themselves. So, if that tells you anything about Michigan basketball taking on the Howard Bisons, is that maybe the Michigan basketball are in here for a good run, which will end in a great NCAA tournament run. Um, Join with me is Evan Ostery.
Osterley.
Osterley,
Yep.
thank you. And as always, we have Jeremy Parks with us, Alex Lopez, and Nate Sorensen, who'll be taking over in the second half for us in the play-by-play. So tonight, the Michigan Wolverines open up the season in the 2K Classic. Evan, what are you looking for tonight in terms of three keys for Michigan?
I think, as always, with John Beilein's teams, three-point shooting is going to be really important for them. So making their shots early and often throughout the game. I think defense, especially with a new group of starters, building a cohesive man defense will be important. And then rebounding the ball. As always, we're gonna find out the big man rotation for Beilein's Wolverines, and I think that they can get that going. It'll be great.
Yeah, we'll definitely be looking at the big man coming off the bench is definitely a question mark for the Wolverines. It has been the past couple of years. So moving into the Howard Bison, what do we see here in terms of what they need to win tonight?
Well, I think the first thing would be for them to attack the paint. I mean, Michigan's biggest weakness is going to be down low, and so if they can get some early buckets down there and defend on the other end and not give up easy baskets on the other end, dominating the post will be big for them. I think number two would be to keep the score close in the first half, because if it gets out of hand and Michigan just keeps hitting shots, they're not really going to have a chance in this game. And then number three, similar to number two, would just be to manage the game and have longer possessions and not get beat on quick baskets and end up wearing themselves out early.
Yeah, definitely a big task here for Coach Nickelberry taking on the Michigan Wolverines. Looking at the newcomers of the Wolverines, we've got three new signees as well as a transfer who came in from Kentucky last year. What about the new three signees? Who are we looking first off the bench here tonight?
I'm looking at Xavier Simpson as the possible backup point guard for this season. He was a four-star recruit. He's an energy guy. He plays end-to-end and best player in our recruiting class, and I'm hoping that he has a great season and a great career for the Wolverines.
Yeah, and we sort of talked about it prior to putting on this broadcast tonight, but you kind of alluded that Xavier Simpson would be the breakout player for the Michigan Wolverines. Could you talk a little more about that?
I'm hopeful. I mean, the bench basically all transferred. You look at Aubrey Dawkins transferring, Cam Chapman transferring, Spike Albert transferring, Ricky Doyle transferring. An opportunity for new players, for freshmen, for whoever to come off the bench and make an impact. And I'm hopeful that Xavier Simpson can establish himself as the point guard of the future. I mean, he's 6 foot. He's from Ohio. Does that sound like Trey Burke to you?
Yeah, it definitely has resemblance of him. From what the scouting report says of him coming in, he's sort of lacking that shooting touch, similar to Trey Burke when he came in. From Ohio, right? Same, lot of lofty expectations for Xavier Simpson, especially with Spike Albrecht gone, especially missing that backup guard spot that the Michigan Wolverines definitely needed last year. So looking a little more into the Howard Bisons, they are the MEAC's preseason favorites to win the championship at the end of their season through their conference. They bring back two of their top three scorers, but they're missing James J. Bird Daniel, who led college basketball in scoring at 27.5 points per game. He is also the preseason MEAC Player of the Year, but he is out for the first 4 to 6 weeks with a high ankle injury. So as we get into the broadcast here, the starting lineup for your Michigan Wolverines is Derek Walton Jr., Muhammad Ali Abdur-Rahman, both at the guard spot. Finishing out the wing is Zach Irving, Duncan Robinson at the 4, and then Mo Wagner at the 5, taking over responsibilities of the starting lineup for Donnell. For the Howard Bisons, we have Madison at the guard spot, looking at Marcel Boyd at the center spot, James Miller, Damon Collins, and then to round out the final is Solomon Mangum. All seniors. So, very experienced lineup here as we get tip-off as Wagner wins it, but the ball gets crowded around. Derek Walton gets it, passes it off to Mar, who takes it up the court as the Wolverines look to set up their offense here. Mar jab steps into the arc, passes it back out to Derek Walton, who passes it into Mo Wagner to top the arc, hands it off to Duncan Robinson, swing the ball through Irving over to Derek Walton as they're setting up their offense here. In the corner, Duncan Robinson getting trapped a little bit. But Zach Irving passing it back out to Derek Walton. 6 seconds on the shot clock here. Passes it back out to Zach Irving. He shoots the three from deep off the front of the rim. No good. Pick up the rebound by number 12. Solomon Mangum as the Bisons take up the court. Number four is Sarah Madison, senior out of for the Howard Bison, swings the ball around, but nearly taken away by Duncan. Almost going to the back court there by Miller. Nearly lost control as Duncan Robinson looks to guard him. Playing a zone defense here. Oh, as Mo Wagner gets the steal, taking it up court in the fast break. He has it, is fouled, but is not finished through there.
Look at that first possession for Michigan. Howard's running a 2-3 zone, and they didn't really have much offensive flow right there. They got to figure that out quick so that they can get the offense going.
Yeah, Michigan Wolverines definitely having trouble dealing with the 2-3 zone at the beginning, but they'll have to make adjustments. John Beeline was just talking to Derek Walton there in the huddle.
Yeah.
And Mo Wagner, they did not call him shooting there, so the foul must have come before in the act of shooting. Foul called there on Mangum as he was guarding Rockman, trying to get open there, and Zach Irving looks to pass it in here. 30 seconds on the shot clock, just a minute in here. Scoreless for each team. Zach Irving bounce passes into Rockman into the corner. Rockman swings it back to Derek Walton at the top. Walton setting up the offense here at the top of the M. Swings it over to Duncan. Duncan passes right back. Trying to figure out this 2-3 zone right now for the Wolverines. As Irving drives in, swings out to Derek Walton, who takes a shot, misses it. But Duncan Robinson is called for over the back foul there on Mangum is going the Bison ball way.
2 bad 3-point attempts at the end of the shot clock on Michigan's 2 first offensive possessions. They've got to get something going right now.
Definitely looked sloppy at the beginning of this game. Should expect rust, though, from the Wolverines as Madison takes up the court here, looking to get it to Boyd, who is the leading scorer right now for the Bisons. Also a great big man down low as he takes on Wagner. Bully botting his way in, swivels to the hoop, nearly puts it in off the backboard, unable to as the Wolverines corral the rebound and take it back down the court. Dalton at the end swings out to Robinson. Ball flinging through outside the three-point line as we've seen in the past, trying to get it into the middle of Zach Irving, who gets it. Facing the 2-3 zone, takes a dribble, passes back out as Duncan Robinson pump fakes, gets it into Zach Irving, who hits it, puts it up, rolls around the rim and back out. The Wolverines are still scoreless here as Miller takes it up, drives it over to Duncan Robinson, caught in the corner. Robinson blocks. That's that 6-8 spot at the 4 as Derek Walton takes it down to the fast break. Drop step, blocks again as the sloppy basketball going back and forth here as Mangum drives in, takes it back out here, and he'll reset the Bison offense. What a rough game so far for both sides. Not clean at all as the ball is nearly lost there to Boyd, who passes back out to Mangum, who sets up the offense here.
Still scoreless, 2.5 minutes in.
Shot put up and in. The Bisons are first to score nearly 3 minutes into the game.
Michigan had been shutting down any attempts to get the ball inside the paint, and they swung it out for a three-pointer, and Howard hit it.
Yeah, as the Michigan Wolverines look to set the offense, still have not solved this 2-3 zone here. Gets out to Zach Irving, swings to Mar. Mar puts up the three. No good, but Wagner nearly with the rebound, but Howard Bison's taken back down the court.
At some point, they're going to have to try to get penetration. I mean, get somebody in the middle and try to get a low post shot.
Yeah, Wolverines definitely not finding anything here on offense. As Miller pulls up deep, nearly puts that through with Zach Irving with the rebound. Zach Irving will take up the court here for the Michigan Wolverines. Looks to push the pace, gets into Wagner. Horrible pass there off the backboard as the ball goes the other way here. Nearly stolen away by Derek Walton, getting a little too aggressive there with a reach-in foul called.
Looks
what
very
did we just
rusty.
see? Yeah.
Looks very rusty. That was an awful pass by Irvin that hit the rim when he was looking for Wagner, which easily could have been the first basket for the Wolverines.
Michigan Wolverines not looking good here.
Disappointing offense so far.
Yeah, first substitution of the game is Damon Collins comes in for Salem Mangum. Oh, excuse me, not for Mangum, for Collins. Ball swung out to James Miller, who has it at the wing. Dribbling the ball back out, taking a pick there from number 12, Solomon Mangum. As James Miller looks to drive in, pushes past Wagner, and puts it up in the rim on a nice reverse there. As Wolverines are scoreless still 4 minutes into the game.
Beeline had concerns about Wagner's defense in his press conference on Thursday, and he just got eaten up on that pick right there.
As Derek Walton dribbles, trying to find something in the middle, putting Barr in the middle, but gets it to Wagner, who gets called, looks to be a foul on number 5, Boyd here of the Bisons. It will go into our first TV timeout here, right under 4 minutes. What do we see here, Evan?
So Michigan's offense is really struggling with that 2-3 zone. They haven't gotten anything down low. There was one possession where Irvin had a chance at a layup, and he missed that, but they've taken bad threes at the end of the shot clock, haven't gotten much penetration, and it's been rough so far.
The Wolverines are scoreless on all 5 of their attempts. They're letting the Howard Bisons of the Mid-Eastern Atlantic Conference lead them with 4 minutes into the game. The Michigan Wolverines here are not looking good. They're not looking like the John Beilein offense of 2014, are they?
No, and they started good on the other end. It was 0-0 for the first almost 3 minutes of the game. And like I was saying, John Beilein had concerns about Mo Wagner's defense. He said he's great offensively and he can make shots, but he's not going to be able to be in there if he gets lost on defense. And you saw on Howard's second bucket that they set up a pick and roll, and Wagner just looked lost, and he got beaten by the point guard going down the lane.
Yeah, Wagner jumped on the pick and roll a little too aggressively and got blown by there by Mangum, who has been aggressive so far. I wonder if that's what Coach Nickelberry has been telling his Howard Bison to drive against the big man, because Michigan Wolverines do not have that premier shot blocker.
Yeah, it's been a frustrating start on both ends. And to go back to the offense with the 2-3 zone, you have to get somebody in the middle of there and get them the ball and let them facilitate. And, I mean, it's just a weird lineup for that because Michigan doesn't have a true power forward. That's where you'd love to have a guy who can stand at the line with the threat of a mid-range jumper, threat to drive to the basket. But so far, bad shots. And somebody's either got to drive right down the middle and get a bucket, or they've got to get somebody a better shot, because so far, nothing. And Duncan Robinson, no field goal attempts yet.
Yeah, the Michigan Wolverines have not looked good so far. Howard Bison's up 4 to Michigan 0. 15:56 left to play in the first half. Looks like Coach Beilein is staying with his starting lineup as they come out of the huddle here. The Howard Bisons, Coach Nickelberry seems to be staying with his current lineup, has kept with his starting lineup. Apologies, I thought he had plugged in Damon Collins, but Damon Collins is still on the court here.
Keep in mind, Michigan has a lot of freshmen off the bench, a lot of guys with little experience. So these starters have to be good all season long, not just tonight.
Yeah, as the Michigan Wolverines pass it out and set up this offense, see if they can crack the 2-3 zone. Derek Walton waving to Marr to get out of the way as Derek Walton looks to take an ISO against Miller. He passes it out to Zach Irving, tries to get into the middle to Duncan Robinson, got nothing there. Duncan Robinson pulls up for a 3, nothing. Horrible shot there as Madison races back down the court for the Howard Bisons to see if they can catch Wolverine defense off guard. Zach Irving caught looking, and a 3 went up there by Miller. No good, but back out to the Howard Bisons. Great offensive rebound there by Collins as Miller looks to set up the offense, try to get down low to Boyd to bang against the inexperienced Wagner. Madison setting up here for the Bisons. He passes it in to number 12, Solomon Mangum, who puts up the shot there. No good. Ball went out of bounds. Michigan Wolverines' way.
Michigan needs a good offensive possession here. I mean, it's just been possession after possession, settling for bad three-pointers, and Robinson finally got his first shot, contested 3. No chance.
Yeah, there needs to be more of this ball screen action against this 2-3 zone. Need to get the Michigan Wolverines open, and the only way to crack a 2-3 zone is to get three-point shooting, but the Michigan Wolverines unable to do so. Still, as they're attempting to drive into the paint, are met by 2 Howard Bison defenders. Nothing. Another three-point shot put up, and Marr puts it in for the first three-pointer of the game, and Michigan's first points as they cut into the lead here. Bison's up 4, Michigan 3. Madison will take it down the court here, see if they can respond. Madison swings it out to Collins as Collins puts it into Boyd and puts up a shot. Another jump shot drilled there, long range.
Right over Duncan Robinson there, not much you can do. Just a good shot by Howard's guy.
As Michigan Wolverines come up, Marr with the ball, looking for a pick from Mo Wagner, gets nothing, trying to bring some space. Marr puts up his second three and drills it. Michigan Wolverines tie the game up here, 6-6. 14 minutes to go here for you in the Chrysler Center in the first half.
He's feeling it right now. Keep going to him, but now they got to get a stop.
That can't be the only offense here for the Michigan Wolverines. They look to do anything here. They got to get a stop on defense, but Miller pulls up for a three and responds as Miller hits the three, 9-6.
Second time, Michigan is trying everything they can do to protect Mo Wagner from getting driven at, and second time that Howard's hit a three-pointer.
Exactly, leaving three-point shots open, and Miller made them pay as Marr gets into the hoop, puts up a floater, nothing, off the rim, nearly rebounded by the Wolverines, but taken back down by the court, stolen by Derek Walton as the Wolverines go the other way. He sees Mo Wagner, goes up for the dunk and drills it. That's what the Michigan Wolverines needed as they respond with a slam dunk on the fast break by Mo Wagner himself.
Crowd just got to their feet for the first time. Maybe this can be a momentum swing for the Wolverines.
That's the one thing that Mo Wagner is guaranteed to deliver for the Michigan Wolverines is offense. As Michigan Wolverines set up their defense here, Madison nearly pulls it for three there, hesitates, holds the ball, looking for an open Howard player. As the ball gets out to Miller, Miller nearly loses it, pulls up for another long-range three off the back rim as Derek Walton, your leading rebounder, takes the ball but loses it off the foot as Miller goes back up for the fast break. As he gets called for the offensive foul as Duncan Robinson takes the charge here. Michigan Wolverine ball.
Great job by Duncan Robinson to recognize that. And Walton unfortunately dribbled off the foot of a Howard player. Got a little too excited in transition there. Didn't really have the numbers to go, but it ended up okay.
Yeah, and first off the bench here for Michigan Wolverines is DJ Wilson at the 4 spot. Coach Beilein has always been so hesitant to play two bigs in the game. Is this a change in philosophy?
Well, Beilein said that he wants DJ Wilson to be more of a wing player. So I think that you're going to see Wilson on both ends be more of a wing player. And so he's not really going to be used as a big man, but he does have that size and wingspan to be effective.
Yeah, and as Howard makes substitution here, as Williams comes in for the Howard Bisons, as still facing that 2-3 zone. Derek Walton passes it way out there, hits Marr, who Marr drives and gets bumped there by Mangum. Foul called there, blocking foul as stays Michigan Wolverine ball. 30 seconds here on the shot clock.
And Howard has already fouled 4 times now, so we might get to find out how good of a free throw shooting team this Michigan Wolverines team is early in the season.
For the Howard, Mo Wagner checks out here as Mark Donnell checks in for the Howard Bisons.
5 fouls, by Howard, so they're not 2 away from the bonus.
And Derek Walton here takes the ball in, takes a pick here from Mark Donnell, trying to get through this 2-3 zone. Swings out to Mars. Derek Walton pulls up there for the 3 and drills it from the top of the key here. Michigan Wolverines up 11 to Bison's 9. Just over 12 minutes here to go in the first half.
Bad shot from way behind the arc, but it's points, so I'm sure John Beilein will take it.
As Dalik Mingo comes in first time for the Howard Bisons here. Bison's trying to set up the offense, nearly steps back, swings it back out to Williams, who loses the ball out of bounds. Sloppy possession there for the Bisons. Nickelberry not happy there as the ball will go to the Michigan Wolverines.
Collins was frustrated for Howard, but he just made an awful pass right there. And now we're finally starting to see some rhythm in Michigan's offense.
Yeah, as the Michigans here have made their past 2 baskets. See if they can get a little rhythm here. They now 3 of 6 made their past 3-point shots for the Michigan Wolverines here. What do you expect to be going on in the huddle here for Coach Nickelberry?
I think that he's got to tell them they've got to get out some shooters because Derek Walton just showed he's not afraid to take it from 5 steps behind the arc, and Rockman hit a couple. So I think that he's probably yelling at his guys to get on shooters, and they definitely can't afford to waste possessions. I mean, they just threw one out of bounds there. They can't have turnovers and be successful in this game.
Yeah, this is what you talked about. The Howard Bisons need to get better at managing the ball, taking longer possessions, and ensuring that they score on those possessions. They want to stand a chance against the Michigan Wolverines. So far, not a lot of scoring here in the first half for either team, but your leading scorer is Abdur Rahman, who's drilled his past 2 3-pointers for the Wolverines. Following that is Derek Walton with 3 points, 2 assists, and, of course, his 1 skying rebound. For the Howard Bisons, we have Mangum at 4 points. He had those 2 driving layups against Mo Wagner there for the Howard Bisons. And then followed by that is James Miller, who's actually leading scorer here with 5 points. He hit that long range 2-point shot as well with his deep three-pointer there. But doesn't look that either team here is scoring at will. Both teams, it's not because they're both locking down, it's that their offenses look incredibly sloppy.
Yeah, and we'll see that we see now Xavier Simpson coming in the game for Michigan along with DJ Wilson. Maybe they can spark something on offense with a change in the personnel in there.
Yeah, Xavier Simpson had trouble in his debut game last week. He had a couple turnovers there that didn't look right. Wasn't as great of a manager of the game as John Beeline has expected him to be.
Yeah, first college game. He's a true freshman, so some learning curve can be expected. But I mean, the previous point guards that have come off the bench for Michigan, you look at Spike Albert, had the least turnovers in the Big Ten when turnovers to assist ratio. I mean, that's what Michigan needs off the bench because Derek Walton's a scorer, Derek Walton's a leader. They need Xavier Simpson to come off the bench and just control the game and not let the flow break when Walton's out of the game.
As Michigan Wolverines take it in, we see Xavier Simpson here for the first time tonight as he sees he can dissect this 2-3 zone here for the Wolverines as Zach Irving takes it out, nearly deflected and stolen, but Xavier Simpson catches, gets it to DJ Wilson, getting in the paint, met by 4 Howard Bison. Zach Irving pulls up off the side of the rim, no good. No rebound there. Oh, it's Donnell fights for the rebound, called for a foul there. And Michigan Wolverines will keep the ball. What a fight for the ball. The rebound was incredibly difficult to crowd for either team, but Donnell came out with it there and foul called on Damon Collins.
And Michigan is now in the bonuses. That's 6 fouls on Howard, so they'll be shooting free throws from here on out. And that was great effort by DJ Wilson as well, down in the corner, getting the ball back to Donnell.
Yes, DJ Wilson touches the ball here on the outside, swings at DeMar at the top of the key. No ball movement here. Zach Irvin trying to direct traffic. Swings it over, and the ball gets to Xavier Simpson. Looking for something. Takes a pick here for Donnell. Swings it out. Unable to get into the paint here. Zach Irvin looking for a pick. Driving in. Pulls up for a lofty 3. Would not have said that was one of those no, yes shots as he puts it in there for a 2-point shot.
Yeah, foot just on the line right there. He took that contested, but it went down. I mean, if they're going to make their shots, they're going to make their shots.
As Dalik Mingo takes it the floor here for the Howard Bisons. Swings it around to Williams. Unable to make the 3-point shot there. Swings back out. Mingo in. Drops it off. But a foul called there on the Michigan Wolverines. Looks to be on Xavier Simpson. Seems holding foul or just a typical blocking foul there. Oh, correction. Foul on Brockman. Shooting foul here will be as Mingo will take free throws here. First free throws of the night for the Howard Bison.
And they haven't scored in 2 minutes 18, so this should break that scoreless streak right here for Howard.
As Mingo misses the first free throw off the back rim here. No substitutions for either team.
No points in the last 3:04 for Howard, so if he misses this, they're going through a long, cold scoring run.
And Mingo taking his time here at the line. Tries to center, heckling him, and he'll drill that to end the scoring drought in the past 3 minutes. Bar passing here for the Wolverines. Xavier Simpson will take it up here. Look to set up this Michigan Wolverine offense as Xavier Simpson dribbles, waving his hand to Donnell to get out of the way. Both not on the same page. Zach Irving jab steps, gets in the paint, nothing. Swings out to Xavier Simpson, who gives it to Zach Irving at the top. Pulls up for another 3 off the front rim. DJ Wilson unable to crowd the rebound as the Bison take it back down the court here. And Mingo will set up the offense here for the Howard Bisons.
Still no penetration that's been successful for Michigan's offense. It's been very frustrating to watch so far.
As Charles Williams swings it out to Tyler Stone, he gets it back to Collins. Collins trying to set up his offense here for the Bison. Setting up a play here. Taking a pick. Pulls up for the back. Air ball there, but foul called on the Michigan Wolverines. Zach Irving bumps Collins in the air there, and Collins will go for the free throw line here.
Again, going back to the offense, Zach Irvin tried to drive down the lane there, and then nothing was there. I mean, we've seen guys try to do it. Xavier Simpson hasn't even been able to get inside the 3-point arc against Howard's perimeter defense, and it almost looks more like a 3-2 zone at this point, where they're just trying to get away from any penetration from Michigan. They collapse on anybody who gets in the lane. So the best thing would be to kick the ball out to the corner and hit some threes if they're going to do that and bring them back out so you can get inside.
Yeah, as the Michigan Wolverines, yes, exactly, just on that last play, Zach Irving had attempted, drove in, and was met by 3 or 4 of Howard's defenders and unable to get anything in the paint. And Coach Nickelberry, it's clear that his message is no three-point shots for the Michigan Wolverines. Make them drive, make them score in the paint, and they have failed to do so.
Howard's interior defense has been phenomenal. I mean, there's only been 2 shot attempts, and one of them was a transition dunk by Wagner. The other one was a layup that rolled out by Irvin, who's struggled from the field so far. 1 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from behind the arc. So Zach Irvin needs to get his offensive game going.
Yeah, and during this timeout, we'd like to thank all the veterans who have served us today. We are honoring Veterans Day today, and my grandfather, both my grandparents served in the military. My grandfather on my father's side served in Germany during World War II and was fortunately became sick and was sent back to the U.S. alive. And my other grandfather, who's in the Navy, served on a cruiser in Japan a year prior to Pearl Harbor. So we just like to thank all the veterans out there for serving and for protecting our freedoms and for what we're able to do tonight.
My grandfather also was an Air Force pilot. My grandfather on my father's side. He's probably watching Michigan State play Arizona right now, though. Huge MSU fan, lives in East Lansing.
Yeah, update right now. Number 12, Michigan State, and number 10, Arizona, tied 63-63. 7 seconds to go. Let's hope that your grandfather gets a good win tonight as Michigan State pulls that out. But here in the Chrysler Center, the Michigan Wolverines leading the Bison 13-10 as Damon Collins here will look to shoot 2 and make it and cut that lead to 1. Right under 10 minutes here to go in the first half. First free throw is up off the front side of the rim as the Chrysler Center heckles him here.
Haven't seen Michigan shoot any free throws yet, but Howard not so great from the line so far.
And Marr and Zach Irvin will go out as Duncan Robinson and Derek Walton comes in. For the first time tonight, we're seeing 2 point guards on the court here for the Michigan Wolverines. John Beeline has talked about how he wants to see Derek Walton be more of a shooter. Let's hope we see that here tonight.
Yeah, and getting more ball handlers in can maybe mean that they can get more penetration, more flow to this offense, which has been very stagnant so far.
As Derek Walton gets in the corner, drives in, swings out to Xavier Simpson, who nearly puts up the 3. Swings it to Derek Walton, who is underneath the basket, bumped and made the layup there. As Michigan Wolverines push the lead here to 4.
Best offensive possession so far.
Charles Williams gets it at the wing, brings it back out there for the Bison. He gets it to Damon Collins. Damon Collins swinging the ball. No offensive flow here as he is dribbling, looking for a pick here from Boyd. Didn't take it. Tried driving in. Derek Walton giving with a great defense. As DJ Walton nearly got called for the block there, but got called for the fouls. It looks like Xavier Simpson came over the top there and hit Boyd there, as Boyd will go to the line here for 2.
Yeah, just a little late on that defensive rotation right there.
An update for you here. Michigan State just lost on a game winner from Arizona, 65-63. Unfortunately, will not have a good night for your grandfather.
Nope. Bummer for MSU. Young team, though.
Good news for Michigan Wolverines, though, as they're surely in the back of their heads, once they find out the result, very happy, very pleased.
Yep. But I think they're focused right now, and they're only up by 4 against Howard, so they got to build down the lead.
Yeah, as Marcel Boyd puts in the free throw, his first free throw there. In for the Michigan Wolverines is Duncan. Nope.
Same lineup.
Yep, same lineup there. Heard the whistle, thought there's a substitution. Just putting the ball in play as Xavier Simpson brings up the court here for the Michigan Wolverines. DJ Wilson taking the ball, swinging it back out to Duncan Robinson, who gets it quickly to Derek Walton. Met by Madison. Takes a pick by Donnell, who gets it to Duncan Robinson, who goes up, swings out to Derek Walton, who puts up the 3, open 3, and he drills, splash for the Wolverines.
Another great offensive possession. Robinson with that deadly pump fake, got in, found Walton wide open on the outside, and now we see some flow to Michigan's offense.
And that's exactly how the Michigan Wolverines are going to look to beat this 2-3 zone. As the Bison get it in, double-teaming Boyd, who traveled there on his pivot foot, looked to slide, going the other way. Momentum on the Michigan Wolverines side.
Yeah, momentum definitely building, and Howard hasn't had a field goal in almost 5 minutes. Wolverines' offense is getting some flow to it, so hopefully they can keep it going right here.
Yeah, as Xavier Simpson, the floor manager right now, taking it up the court for the Michigan Wolverines, getting a pick here from Donnell, swings it out to Derek Walton, seeing if they can get any sort of penetration here. Set up the same type of offense here, taking a pick off Donnell, driving into the paint, swinging out to DJ, who puts up the three off the front iron, no good. But Donnell with the man rebound, swinging it out to Duncan Robinson for the three. Miss again. Two bad quick possessions. Jump balls called here as DJ Wilson fights for the offensive rebound there from Stone. Ball will go the Bison way here as Zach Irving checks in here for Xavier Simpson. Big lineup here for the Michigan Wolverines with Derek Walton at the 1, Zach Irving at the 2, Duncan Robinson at the 3, and to round out the wing and 5 position is DJ Wilson and Mark Donnell.
Yeah, this is a big lineup. Not really a
Not a
normal
traditional,
John Beeline.
not a traditional lineup for John Beeline. DJ Wilson heckling Stone out on the perimeter, giving him no room for pass. Finally gets it back out to Madison. Off the ball foul here called on the Michigan Wolverines. Is looked to be heckling Boyd down low a little too much, getting a little too aggressive there as we go into the under 8 timeout here in the Chrysler Center. Michigan Wolverines on top, 18 to the Howard Bison's 12. What has been working here for the Michigan Wolverines in these past 6 minutes?
Well, it starts on the defensive end, and Howard has no field goals in the last 5:56. They've covered up the 3-point shooters, and without Wagner in the game, actually, they're not protecting Donald as much because they trust him more as a post defender. So the defense has been better. And then on the offensive end, I mean, they finally started to get into the lane. We saw Walton do it. We saw Irvin do it. Robinson with a pump fake, and there's open shooters on the outside, and it just looks a lot better.
Yeah, Coach Nickelberry facing a very similar situation to the Wolverines with their leading scorer out in James Daniels, who we had mentioned at the beginning at the broadcast, he was the leading scorer in 27.5 points per game, very similar to Wolverines in that they didn't have Karis LeVert. So Coach Nickelberry is looking for that next leading scorer. Who's going to step up? You expect Marcel Boyd to do that, being that he's the big man down low. Preseason all-team back, first-team player. But not getting anything there as the Michigan Wolverines have doubled him down low.
Yeah, they've struggled getting him the ball, and John Beeline obviously made a point of it that wasn't going to be the guy to beat him. And early on they had a couple threes, but the defense has kind of settled in now, and it's been really successful.
Yeah, for look so far, Coach Donlin has had his mark here. The defensive specialist brought over from Wright State. Coach Beeline has never given so much autonomy to a assistant coach before. He must trust the philosophy here, or there must have been a needed change for the Michigan Wolverines defense.
Yeah, Coach Billy Donlin, as you said, brought in from Wright State specifically for the defense. That's been such a struggle as a character of John Beeline's teams has been the defense. There's been consistent, successful offense, but he felt that there was a need to fix that defense, so he brought in Billy Donlin from Wright State, and then also Sadie Washington, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Sadie Washington from Oakland University. He's brought in as well. He's taken over postman duties for the Wolverines.
The other area of struggle that's been consistent under John Beeline's team.
Both strategic pickups as they lost one of my all-time favorites, Coach LeVert Jordan, who went to Milwaukee, as well as Bakari Alexander, who went to Detroit Mercy. The Howard Bisons here will take the ball in as Madison swings it out to Miller. Miller gets it to Boyd, who gets it into Boyd, finally on the post as Donnell looks to give him heck, but ball stripped away there from Damon Collins as the Wolverines will take back up way. Derek Walton looking to drive. Oh, nearly loses the ball, gets it to Duncan Robinson. Ball on the floor and goes out. Looks to be on Michigan Wolverines ball as Stone knocked it out of play. And not a good possession there.
With Mo Wagner out of the game, they have been so much better on both ends that you have to wonder if Beeline's going to go back to him.
But yeah, Donnell, experienced senior now, who has shown flashes with his 20-point game against NC State last year, but has also disappeared in many ways on the defensive and offensive side. Michigan Wolverines, that one hole is at the 5 spot, just can't seem to find an answer, as shown tonight going back to Donnell.
And they brought in 2 freshmen, John Teske and Austin Davis, but there are questions
we've not seen tonight. Yeah. Bisons take the ball in here, swing back out, 20 seconds on the shot clock, slow to start their offense as Miller dribbles the ball here up against Duncan Robinson, putting his hands in space, looks to drive by him, got nothing, nearly blocked, but Boyd picks up the block and nearly puts it in as he's fouled, and he will go to the line here for 2.
And Howard still struggling on offense. I mean, they have no points in the last 2 minutes. They have no field goals in a long time, and all that momentum that they had at the beginning of the game has just evaporated. They came out with a lot of energy on the defensive end, and they were scoring early and leading the game, but Mo Wagner came out, and Mark Donnell's done a great job of controlling the game.
As Boyd misses the first free throw, as Mo Wagner comes in for Donnell, and we'll see Ibby Watson for the first time, the other freshman pickup for the Wolverines. He looks to very much fill that Aubrey Dawkins spot from last year, as Boyd puts in the 2 of 2 free throws, missed the first as Derek Walton takes up the court here.
And Watson's an athletic guy in the wing, so we'll see if he can make an impact in his first career game with the Wolverines.
And gets out to Duncan Robinson in the corner, does not hesitate to put up and drills the 3 there for the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan offense coming to life here, just under 7 minutes here to go in the first half.
Duncan Robinson statistically the best three-point shooter in the NCAA last season, so hopefully he can equal that this year.
Yeah, as the Bison look to respond here, Madison takes the ball, trying to navigate this offense, not getting anything. Watson giving Mingo nothing to move for as Mingo puts it up, and offensive foul called here as Duncan Robinson again takes the charge, and it'll go Michigan Wolverines ball.
Second time Robinson's taken a charge today. Great job by him to just put in the effort, and we saw DJ Wilson's put in great effort, great hustle. Duncan Robinson, that's clearly not an issue with this team.
Yes, Derek Walton will take up the court here to continue the great flow of the offense that they've finally established through this 2-3 zone. Derek Walton looking to taking a pick from Zach Irving, met by 2 Howard defenders. Mo Wagner got nothing there. Traveled, pivot foot dragged. Not looking so good for him so far tonight.
Yeah, an unfortunate start for Mo Wagner, and you look at the 2 freshmen big men, you look at Mark Donnell. I mean, somebody's got to step up, and there's got to be a rotation, but if Mo Wagner is going to struggle, then he's not going to be in the lineup.
Yeah, and as Madison takes down the court here for the Bisons, looking to respond. Their last shot coming from a free throw from Boyd as Watson caught watching as Boyd cuts to the rim and puts in the easy layup there.
And Mo Wagner just completely lost his man and switched onto the smallest guy in Howard's lineup, and again looked absolutely lost on defense.
The ball gets into Mo Wagner, who drives, puts up the lackadaisical layup and misses there. Bad move by Wagner as the Bisons look to respond here. Williamson puts up the 3, but is fouled by Derek Robinson. Looks to be 3 shots now at the free throw line if he was behind the line.
And again, I mean, just keep going back to it. Mo Wagner is struggling so much. I mean, Mark Donnell obviously can't play the whole game. He's not the starter, but you think about maybe getting one of the freshmen, and now Donnell is checking back in right away.
Yeah, as Donnell and Xavier Simpson look to check in here. Collins, his first of 3 free throws, makes the first. And they will have to get a little quick on their feet there to try to check in, but they can't check in until after the second free throw is shot here. The second one in and out as the substitutions come in. Number 32 for the Howard Bisons, Tyler Stone checks in for Mangum. And Xavier Simpson as well as Mark Donnell check in here for the Michigan Wolverines. Damon Collins putting up his 3rd free throw of the night and will make 2 of 3 at the line as Xavier Simpson takes up the court for the Michigan Wolverines.
See if Xavier Simpson and E.B. Watson, 2 freshmen, can make an impact on this game right now.
Xavier Simpson at the M, trying to set up this offense, gets it in to Donnell, who finds a cutting Zach Irving, drives by baseline, gets out to Derek Walton, and is fouled there on the reach in by Madison. Great cut there by Zach Irving. Surprised he did not go for the layup there. Instead, went through baseline and passed it back out. Questionable decision there.
It actually seems like this offense has had its best flow when Xavier Simpson is in the game, so it'll be something to watch moving forward. And now we're in the bonus, so Walton will shoot free throws right here.
Yeah, Coach Beeline has applauded Xavier Simpson's knowledge and IQ of the game. Has talked about how he's one of the few freshman point guards that are ready to come in and play, as he was the first man off the bench tonight for the Wolverines. As Derek Walton makes the first of his 2 free throws here of the 1-and-1. Michigan leading 22 to the Bison 17, just under 5 minutes here to play.
Yeah, and the transition from high school to college is never easy. I mean, you look at some of the super athletic, the 5-star freshmen that can come in and make an impact, but other than them, it's usually a tough transition. The speed is higher, and it's just tough for Xavier Simpson to come in this early and make an impact and help this offense flow. Is a great sign for him.
Yeah, great sign for the Michigan Wolverines offense. As Derek Walton coming through the backside, great defense as Donnell was getting handled by Boyd, bounced the ball outside, unable to corral the steal.
And flow on defense isn't something people normally talk about, but being able to just have a rhythm on defense is so important. And you see with Mark Donnell in the game, there's much less of a focus for the perimeter players on trying to keep the ball away from the big man, and it's just allowing them to make plays in other spots.
Yeah, exactly. Donnell, very trustworthy big man for the Michigan Wolverines. Amy Watson got burned there off the pick as Damon Collins drills the pull-up jumper there.
That's just a freshman being out of place. That's the second time we've seen him out of place, and he's struggling a little bit so far on that end.
Yeah, Amy Watson looking to get in rhythm here, got nothing as Derek Walton looks to set up his offense. Gets into the middle to Donnell, who drills in, pulls up one dribble off the front rim. I'm going to get in. Zach Irving nearly crowds the ball. Foul called here on him as he goes for the loose ball here.
Little bit of a ticky-tacky foul right there, and Howard's in the bonus, so I believe that they'll be shooting free throws here.
Yep, they'll be shooting the first of their 1-and-1 of the night. Yeah, Zach Irving, not pleased with that foul. Definitely a tic-tac foul there. Looked to be a 50-50 ball. As Asar Madison will go here for the first of the 1-and-1. Sean Lonergan looking to check in. Never thought that we would see him play, but he comes off the bench here for the Michigan Wolverines. Sitting next to me is Jeremy Parks, whose favorite player is Sean Lonergan, so he must be so happy to see him on the court.
And that's 2 fouls on Irvin, so that's why Lonergan's in the game.
Yeah, Sean Lonergan gets the rebound there, gets his first touch on the ball, gets it down to Derek Walton, who brings it up, swings it quickly. Amy Watson open in the corner for 3, nearly put it in, but Donnell with a great rebound, and he was fouled, so he will go to the line here. And that'll be the 8th foul of the night on the Bisons, as Donnell will go for the 1-and-1.
Yeah, and Donald, great hustle again right there. I mean, we've seen a lot of offensive rebounds from this Michigan team, which is a good sign since Howard does have that strong big man in Boyd to get offensive rebounds and to keep hustling. We've seen it from Wilson, we've seen it from Walton, and now from Donald.
Yeah, Michigan Wolverines holding a narrow lead here over the Howard Bisons, 23-19. We're just now going into the final media timeout here at 3:56. Michigan Wolverines, they've looked good, but they're shooting only 36% from the field. Their success coming from the three-point line as a trademark of John Beilein's offense, but that is just showing how poorly they are finishing within the arc.
And it's been generally a sloppy game for both teams. Howard has 7 turnovers. Michigan has 4 turnovers and a lot of offensive rebounds, 3 for Michigan, 2 for Howard. So, I mean, obviously some jitters coming from both teams in their first games, and we'll see if Michigan can take control at the end of this half and moving on in the second half, because there's just been very little flow. There's been some segments for both teams where they had good rhythm, but overall, very, very sloppy first game of the season.
Yeah, the Howard Bisons are hanging around just as they're fulfilling one of Evan's keys of the night. They have, as sloppily as they have played, they are still around. Michigan Wolverines unable to run away here with the lead. Michigan Wolverines have not scored in the last 2 minutes and 47 seconds. Here, their last field goal coming from Xavier Simpson. No, not Xavier Simpson, from Derek Walton Jr., I believe. Michigan Wolverines offense looking a little stagnant here. Let's see if they can get back into that flow that they were having previously.
Yeah, and Howard has stuck around, like you were just saying. That, and college basketball is a game where, I mean, if it's close throughout the game, you never know what can happen because basketball is just such a great sport.
It's just when people talk about how in the NBA the Warriors are just so dominant, but I think a lot of us as fans fail to realize is that at the college and professional level, these guys can ball. They can score. They can get hot and streaky. It's just a matter of when. So if the Howard can stick around, they're very much in this game still.
Yeah, you'd like to see Michigan push the lead up to 8 or 10 going into halftime, just so that they can have that feeling of we're in control of this game. Because so far, I think the largest lead for the Wolverines has been 6. That's not a very strong showing in the first half.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable lead at all.
Nope.
And Donnell will go here for his first of the 1-1 on the night. Donnell scoreless so far, but with 3 key rebounds as he makes the first of 1-1. We have not seen Mo Wagner for a while now, as Donnell has taken over the big man role here as the trusted, experienced player for John Beeline. He makes the second free throw here as Asar Madison takes up the court, gets it into Boyd immediately, looking to post up against Nell, pushing him into block, goes up, pivots it with the right foot, but travels again. That is his second travel tonight. Poor decision there, or poor slip by Boyd because he was punishing Donnell down on the block.
And really good defense by Donald to just body him up and take the hit. He might have a bruise after the game from that one, but they get the stop.
Yeah, Donnell takes a jump shot from the free throw line. No hesitation. He makes that.
And earlier, I was saying that they need to get somebody in the middle of that zone defense to get some flow, and that's exactly what Donald's come in and done on offense.
Yeah, whether it's Donald or whether it's Zach Irving, someone in that middle needs to start making those pick and pop shots, jump shots from the free throw line. As the Bison look to get things started here, get the ball back out to Collins, who takes the pick from Boyd, swings it back out to Miller, who puts up the 3, circles in and out, but ball goes off. Both players in dismay, but in the end, the ball goes to the Michigan Wolverines. Looks to bounce off of Williams there, or Mingo, apologies. And Xavier Simpson will pass into Derek Walton here.
And Michigan a bit of momentum. See if they can get a double-digit lead going into halftime now.
Yes, Donnell has made the past 4 points here for the Michigan Wolverines. He passes the ball up to Derek Walton, who gets it into Donnell with the no-look pass to Simpson. Simpson drives in, but is called for the offensive foul as he pushed Madison to the ground on that drive.
They both kind of went down again. A call that could have gone either way. Frustrating for Xavier Simpson, but now they got to go back and get a stop.
Yeah, looked like an extension of the arm there is what the officials looked for, and Simpson had definitely extended his arm there on Asar Madison as both went to the ground.
Big defensive possession right here. I mean, you just have an offensive foul, wasted offensive possession. This is, again, talking about the flow of the game really for a young lineup right now. See if they can get a stop.
As Damon Collins takes the ball, swings it back to Madison. Madison gets it to Mingo, but Mingo drives by into the hoops, goes past Donnell, and bodies Derek Walton for a tough layup there.
Great move. And Michigan's whole defense, he dribbled right through the whole defense, and Donald has to step up and take away that shot.
Yes, Donnell gets a cutting Lonergan. Lonergan goes under baseline, swings out to Simpson in the corner, and Simpson drills the three-point shot.
And you see some frustration on the Howard players from the bench and the players on the court. They're giving up threes. They're leaving guys open by trying to take away the down low scoring presence.
Yeah, Simpson using that steal and pushes away Madison as the Michigan Wolverines take up the court here. Derek Walton trips, nearly gets the ball stolen, but called for a reach in there as the Michigan Wolverines are in the double bonus, so it'll be 2 free throw shots. Is Derek Walton limping here, not feeling, looks to be hurt his knee there, and he's limping off the court. Surprised the trainers have not met him.
I believe Damon Collins just got a technical for Howard.
Yeah, as Damon Collins came in there at the end, post whistle.
Yelling at the ref.
Yeah, yelling at the whistle over that foul as Derek Walton still limping. Let's hope it's not a serious injury. He hasn't come off the floor yet.
No, he's played the entire game for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it looks to be that he might have just gotten banged up there, clashed knees, as he gets up to take the technical free throw here.
See if he can hit these 2 free throws. He's limping a little bit, but again, I mean, Howard's frustrated from that 3-point shot. Then they turn the ball over and get a technical foul. That's just, they got to control their emotions and stay in this game.
As Michigan Wolverines push the lead here to double digits with Derek Walton's first free throw in. Michigan Wolverines on top 31 to the Howard Bison's 21. Just under 2 minutes here to go in the first half.
And that technical foul made it double bonus for Michigan on the free throws here because that was their 10th foul. So in addition to the 2 technical free throws, Derek Walton will shoot 2 more right now.
Yeah, and it's Derek Walton here still grasping that right knee, Still unsure what had happened there on that previous play. Other than a technical called on Collins, he was getting definitely frustrated there as Jalen Jones had to check in for him there, so he'll cool off. But Jalen Jones going back out here to get Damon Collins back in. Interesting decision here by Coach Niggleberry, who he had just got called the technical.
I think that Jones came on too early. They have to wait until Walton shoots this free throw instead of the
Because of the technical.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. The first will go in
and he will come out
exactly as Jalen Jones checks in here for Damon Collins.
You wonder how different this game would be if Howard were to have their scorer in James Daniel.
Yeah, wondering without those 27 points a game, where would Howard be right now? As
Absolutely.
as Marcel Boyd has failed to step up, as well as Miller, both of the second leading, the two top scorers on the team, unable to keep up. As Sean Lonergan pesters number 32, Tyler Stone, up at the top of the key, as he gets it back out to Madison. Madison looking for something, as Derek Walton pestering in there as Ibby Watson called for the reach-in foul on Jalen Jones. Also in the double bonus here, as Jalen Jones would go to the line for two.
A lot of fouls from both sides in the first half, which can be expected. You're a little slower on defense coming out in your first regular season game, but largest lead of the half for Michigan right here, 13 points, and that's with two freshmen out there that they've built this lead.
Yes, both Abdur Rahman and Zach Irving have 2 fouls, and we have not seen them since. John Beilein very much staying committed to the 2-foul limit in the first half. Questionable last year when Karis LeVert was taken out against Illinois. Illinois bit into that lead, and nearly the Michigan Wolverines lost that game. As the second free throw here is missed by Jalen Jones. Xavier Simpson coming in, bringing the ball up the court here for the Michigan Wolverines. See if they can extend this lead here going into the half. Xavier Simpson with the ball, gets into Sean Lonergan. Sean Lonergan dribble, drop steps, nothing. Pivots, gets it back out to Ibby Watson, who gets it to Donnell for a long-range two-pointer. No good there as Jalen Jones crowds the rebound, takes it down here for the Howard Bisons.
Yeah, and you were just talking about the foul trouble. Wilson, Abdur Rahman, Irvin, and Robinson all with 2 fouls, so something to watch for Michigan in the second half.
Yeah, as Madison unable to get the ball to Mingo, as Xavier Simpson was pestering him, not giving him that window, as he drives in with his left hand, got nothing, gets it to Boyd. Boyd crowding the ball, fouled, puts the ball up, but foul called on the floor here. Regardless, free throws will be shot.
And you look at John Beilein's normal rotations. He usually only has 8 or 9 guys that play in the normal rotation, and we'll see as the year progresses what the rotation is going to be. But in the first game, we've already seen 10 players, including 2 true freshmen play, and we could see another true freshman, either Austin Davis or John Task in the second half as a big man, depending on how big the league gets.
Yeah, for John Beilein, he has yet to call upon those 2 freshmen big men. You have to wonder if development between the two, or whether it's through deciding with the red shirt here, the decision not to play either.
Yeah, they talked about which one is going to take a red shirt. If either one of them is, John Beilein has said that the 5th year is no longer guaranteed as the players are on 4-year scholarships. So it'll be interesting to see if either of them redshirt moving forward.
Oh, Sean Lonergan took his eye off the ball there as he swung around before he caught the ball to try and pass it into Donnell. Ball went right out of bounds there. Sloppy play by Sean Lonergan.
They call foul right there? No, is it?
It looks...
Yeah, I think they did call foul there, so it'll be 2 more free throws for Howard.
Yeah, as Stone will go for 2. DJ Wilson looks to check in here for either Sean Lonergan or Mark Donnell. Most likely Sean Lonergan, who just had that mistake for the Michigan Wolverines, as he checks out and DJ Wilson checks in. The 31, nearly 32 seconds left in the half here. Timeout for the Bisons. See if Coach Nickelbone can get anything going here on this final possession in the first half.
And Michigan has looked so much better over the last 10 minutes. And with Mark Donald in the game, they've been better on offense, better on defense. It's going to be really interesting to see. Does John Beilein go with his starting lineup and put Mo Wagner in to start the second half? Right now, Irvin and Robinson are checking into the game, so it's basically the entire starting lineup. But Mark Donald instead of Mo Wagner, who a lot of Michigan fan favorite. I mean, he's from Germany, great on the offensive side, but if he's going to disrupt the flow of the defense, he's not going to be in the game, which Beilein said in his press conference on Thursday.
Yeah, Mo Wagner, definitely one of the team favorites and Chrysler Center favorites, as he's animated, He's flashy. He's great on offense. He just fouls too much on defense and gets lost.
Exactly. And again, it'll be very interesting to see in the second half as right now Wilson is out there with Donald. I mean, that lineup has been very successful for the Wolverines. So I'd have a hard time if I was John Beeline putting Mo Wagner back in the game in the second half.
Yeah, and especially with such a dominant big man for the Bison and Marcel Boyd, who has had a quiet night so far, only 5 points, but he's been to the line twice, has made 3 of 6 as the Wolverines look to close out the half here. As Derek Walton sets up the offense, 22 seconds, nearly 1 second difference on the shot clock and game clock. DJ Wilson pulls up for the pivot jump shot, got nothing as Mingo here takes down the court, 12 seconds left. Mingo looking to set up the offense here. ISO on Duncan Robinson.
DJ Wilson missing both of his shots in the first half, but great hustle.
As Mingo pulls up for the off the pick pull-up jumper and drills it for the Howard Bisons as they cut into the lead here, bringing it to single digits. Your Michigan Wolverines leading 34 to Bison's 25. Not as confident of a lead as they have wanted.
No.
Evan, what do you expect in that locker room for the Michigan Wolverines as they look to secure a win here in the second half?
Well, I think John Beeline is gonna harp on them for their sloppiness and the turnovers and allowing offensive rebounds at the other end. I think that they just gotta get their stuff together and it's the season opener. A lot of new guys out there playing big minutes for the Wolverines, 2 freshmen. But overall, I mean, not a bad first half. They're only up by 9, and I expect that lead to grow in the second half once they get back out there and get in a better rhythm. It'll be again interesting if Mo Wagner's out there. They were a lot less successful, so I don't expect to see Mo Wagner coming out in the second half.
Yeah, definite question mark here for the Michigan Wolverines as they end the first half here leading 34 to 25 as Michigan Wolverines on top there. We look to thank you for tuning in to WCBN Sports Evan Ann Arbor. Once again, thank you to all the veterans who have served in the military or are active members now. We thank you for protecting our rights and our freedoms. In the second half here, taking over for us is Alex Lopez and Nate Sorensen, and we'll be tuning out, and we'll be right back.
And welcome back to the men's Michigan basketball game. Tonight, Michigan leading the score 34-25 to the Howard Bison. I'm Alex Lopez, and next to me is Nate Sorensen. How are you doing tonight, Nate?
I'm doing great. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of the Michigan basketball team
First half, what do you think you saw?
tonight. Well, Howard is playing a zone, which is kind of giving Michigan offense a few problems. They're pressuring way outside the 3-point line, kind of forcing the Michigan offense to change the way they play the game. But they're shooting the 3-point shot really well, and that's what's giving them the advantage so far.
And what do you think would be key points the second half for Michigan to come out on top?
Well, they've got to do better on the defensive end of the floor for sure. Howard's getting down, and they're getting in the paint with ease, getting to the free throw line a ton. They're not making their free throws, though. If Howard had made their free throws, it'd be a completely different game so far. So that's a big change Michigan's got to make.
And key players to watch for both Howard and Michigan.
Well, for Howard, for sure, it's Boyd, the big man down low. He's really abusing Michigan post defenders, just going right at them on the low post. And Michigan, of course, it's Walton Jr. having a big game. He's got to keep it up if we're going to win this.
Definitely. And now we're about to start again. Starting the second half of the Wolverines will be number 10, Walton Jr., number 12, Abdul Rahman, number 13, Wagner, number 21, Irvin, and number 22, Robinson. And on the flip side, it will be for Howard, it will be Madison, Boyd, Mangum, Collins, and Miller. Right now, Denny Walton Jr. has the ball, passes it out to Irvin. Irvin being closely guarded by Collins. And it'll be a quick foul on Collins, reaching foul right off the back. And now Collins with 3 fouls, something to look at real early on in the second half if he'll be in a foul watch territory. Now Zach Everett bringing the pass in, and it tapped right out by Collins. It'll be another pass. It'll be another bound in for the Michigan Wolverines. Now Zach Everett trying to find Walton Jr. and finds Walton Jr. all the way in the back, being closely guarded by Madison. Walton Jr. trying to set up a play. Walton Jr. has Irvin to his left. Robinson trying to make the cut now. Back now, Walton Jr. has the ball again. Wagner with the ball. Wagner takes a shot, not able to make it. And Boyd, it appears to be Boyd, has the rebound. Boyd not bringing up the ball. Drives, cuts past two defenders, not able to. And the ball is tipped out of bounds, and it will be once again Howard ball.
Michigan got lucky that he lost the ball there. That penetration is way too easy.
And now a quick substitution. Wagner in for Donnell will be subbing in for Wagner. The bounce back in all the way out back to Boyd. Madison bringing up the ball, the 5'9" point guard for the Howard Bison. Passes is quick out, and the ball's back tapped way up in the air, and it'll be called for Howard ball again. Danny Walton Jr. obviously not too happy with that call, believing that it should have gone the other way. Once again, the Michigan defense not letting the Bisons not penetrate into the paint for the easy layups. And now Boyd with the ball. Boyd being closely guarded by Donald. Passes it out to Madison. Madison being guarded by Irvin. Takes a long three, but not able to make it. And it'll be a throw. It'll be a pass in for the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, overall good defense by Michigan right there.
Definitely not allowing for any easy shot and letting the clock drop down real low. Walton Jr. now with the ball, trying to find someone. Has Abdul Rahman at the corner, but not able to find anything. Ball feeds Irvin. Irvin with a quick turnaround jumper, not able to make it, and it'll be a rebound for the Howard Bison. Madison pushing the pace, coming up. Madison cutting to his right, trying to find someone, not able to get past the double team. Madison takes a three, not able to make it. It'll be a rebound for Abdul Rahman, and it appears to be an over the back for Rockman, and it'll be a foul on the Michigan Wolverines. Well, Abdul Rahman again not happy about that call, but it was a clean rebound.
Yeah, something to look for. That's a third foul. He sat out a lot of the first half because of foul trouble as well.
And once again, another player on foul watch. Collins will be the one taking it to throw it. There's a deep pass to Boyd, who passes it to Madison. Madison will bring the ball back up. Madison trying to find a player. Now Boyd down low at the post, not able to get anything out of it. Collins now with the ball. Collins has Madison to his right. Boyd coming in, setting up for the pick. Not able to complete anything. Oh, quick pass to Boyd. Boyd pounding the glass. Not able to try to draw the foul. Not able to mingle with the ball now. Real sloppy play going on right now. Collins now with the ball. Collins driving and lays it in. Sloppy defense by the Michigan Wolverines, allowing for that lane to open up just like that.
Can't have that.
Now Danny Walton Jr. with the ball now. Walton has the ball. Has Donald making turning right, but passes to Zach Irvin. Back to Walton Jr. Donald now with the ball. Passes to Walton Jr. Finds Abdul Rahman in the corner for open three. Not able to make that shot though. Zach Irvin with the offensive rebound. Donald now with the driving forward baseline. Passes it out. And the and one for Donald. Great play by Robinson to Donald. Feeding him in for the and one.
Yeah, gotta love the ball movement though, for sure.
Ball movement looking pretty good. It'll be It'll be another one for Donald, who currently is right. Who this will be his third free throw. Currently on night, he's 2 for 2 already.
Michigan overall as a team is a perfect 8 for 8 in the first half. Oh,
And the free throw is good. And the score is now 37-27. Michigan Wolverines. About only 2.5 minutes into the second half. Mingo bringing the ball up, passes out to Collins. Collins now trying to find someone. Has Stone next to his left, calling for the ball, but not giving it to him. Now Boyd trying to make a pick and roll, not able to happen, and it looks like it would be a foul on the Michigan Wolverines.
that was a weak foul.
And it would be a foul on Donald, who was his first.
Crowd's letting the refs hear about that one.
Obviously, hear the student crowd, the major age, not too happy about that. Certainly a weak call. Collins passes all the way back out to Boyd. Boyd passes out to Mingo. Mingo now going to bringing the ball back up. Mingo being guarded by Walter Jr. Passes it out to Stone. Stone now one-on-one. Has Donald in front of him. Tries to find Mingo. Mingo passes out to Boyd. Boyd being triple teamed right now. Mingo with a long three and not able to make it. And it will be Donald with Robinson with the rebound. Passes it up to Abdul Rockman. Rockman trying to push the pace, trying to drive. Pass one and not able to make it, but nice move to get to the basket. And it would be Howard ball now.
Yeah, he may not have been able to finish there at the rim, but I love the aggressiveness. Michigan settled for way too many outside shots, especially in the mid-range in the first half.
Fun fact: Abdul Rockman went to the high school right next to me, and got to see him play actually as a high schooler a few times.
Was that right?
Yes, over 2,000 points scored for Allentown Catholic High School. Now back to the game. Now Stone with the ball. Stone passes it out to Boyd. Back out to Collins. Collins now with the ball. Collins trying to find, but he's heavily guarded by Robinson. Robinson not giving him much space. Robinson has Mingo. Mingo at the top of the three, being picked by Stone. Now 5 seconds to go. Mingo has the ball. Shoots. Tries to draw contact. Not able to. Air ball, and it will be Wilson with the rebound. Wilson just checked in. Donald passed out to Wilson. Wilson top of the key, tries to shot, fakes, passes out. It'll be a trout. It'll be a foul on Wilson by the Howard Buffaloes.
On the defensive end, gotta love Michigan forcing another bad jump shot, keeping them out of the paint. That's what they need.
Definitely, Mingo with a little time left to go wasn't able to get a shot. Irvin passes all the way out to Danny Walton Jr. Gonna bring it up, being guarded by Stone. Stone not going to try to give him much space, it looks like. And now Robinson with the ball back out to Walton Jr. Walton Jr. finds Wilson. Danny Walton Jr. with an open three and does not make it, though. And it looks like Howard is pushing the pace now. And they're trying to find a quick fast break score with Mingo. Mingo with the ball, being triple teamed. Boyd with ball. Mingo now with the ball. Mingo passes out to Miller. Miller trying to go baseline, a reverse layup, and in.
Oh, pretty move.
Sorry. And Walton Jr. now with the ball. Walton Jr. with Wilson. Passes out to Wilson. Walton Jr. has the ball at the top of the key. Back out to Robinson. Robinson tries to have a little pump fake shot, running up, and it'll be there's a little tap in, but not able to make it. Irvin back with the ball now. Irvin has the lane, finds Walton Jr. In the open three, and it's not good. But Wilson with the putback slam. Nice play by Wilson.
Incredible play.
Incredible ball movement by the offensive rebound, and Zach Irvin finding Walton Jr. open in the three zone. Now Howard with the ball. It looks like, and Miller tries to go for a dunk, but Wilson with a great block, and it appears there'll be a foul on the play, or a quick timeout as well by the Michigan Wolverines.
Well, gotta say, love the play by Wilson right there.
5 minutes in, what do you see, Nate? What do you see differently this first 5 minutes of the second half?
Well, definitely every time Howard's still able to penetrate and get inside, but the Michigan defense is hitting them with the double, triple teams, forcing them to pass it back outside and force up bad jumpers. Also, really love Wilson playing well to start the second half. Didn't get very many minutes in the first, was a bit of a surprise. A little bit due to foul trouble, but out there making a big impact in the second half.
And looking up next, the Michigan Wolverines will be playing IUPUI on Sunday at noon, so tune in for that as well. While the Howard basketball team will be playing on the 14th against Marquette University at 8:30 p.m. Tune in to that as well. Current score, if you're just joining us now, it is 39-29 in the favor of the Michigan Wolverines with 14:51 left to go. Danny Wallen Jr. leading the Michigan Wolverines with 14 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. And on the Howard side, you have Collins, who's leading the team with 7 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist as well. I definitely want to see, for Howard Bisons, I would believe to see Boyd getting some action this game, as he does look like he is overpowering the front court again compared to the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, they haven't been looking for him as much in the post so far this half.
And once again, Abdul Rockman, once he gets a shot going here, he has 2 threes in this game. And once he's hot, he's hot. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Yeah, definitely. I've been very impressed for Howard Madison's play. Kind of forced to play a lot of minutes. Howard's missing their best player, point guard, typical starter. Their leading scorer last year with an incredible 27 points per game. Gotta say, I've been really impressed with Howard considering they are missing their best player.
And looking at the freshman, Xavier Simpson, who is Mr. Ohio basketball as well. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
He's getting a good few minutes this game already. And so it will be great to see how he continues playing and being a freshman, how he continues playing the rest of the season. And now back to the game. Zach Irvin will be inbounding the ball. Danny Walton Jr. is supposed to be falling behind him, most likely going to hand it off into him.
It'll be interesting to see how Simpson fits in with the team, seeing as him and Walton both play very similar styles.
And Irvin inbounds to Danny Walton Jr. Danny Walton Jr. now bringing the ball up. Danny Walton Jr. now passes at the top of the key. Still not trying to find Zach Irvin. Irvin driving, shoots, and makes it in.
Nice move.
And nice little hesitation move for the open jumper. 41-29 University in Michigan's favor. Now Howard the ball, number 33 Miller has the ball, passes it out to Mingo. To Stone, my bad. Collins now with the ball. Collins at the top of the key, being guarded by Mingo now with the ball. Danny Wallen Jr. covering him closely. Boyd setting up the pick, and finds Boyd in the post, but loose ball, and Howard owes the ball, and Collins puts it up for and draws the foul. So it'll be 2 free throws for Collins. Collins already 2 for 2 on 1 for 2, 3 for 5 on his free throw. So this would be 6 and 7 for him tonight.
A lot of free throws for Howard, which is surprising. John Beeline's Michigan basketball teams have never fouled much, always near the bottom in the D1 in fouls per game.
Definitely, and this is another thing you brought up at the beginning of the second half is how Howard will be continuing with their free throws. They're currently only 8 for 18. This game, even if they put in half of those misses, this game is even closer. Makes it about a 3-possession game. So, and Howard makes the first one, and for the second one, and does not make it. And Wilson with a rebound. Wilson passes it to Walton Jr. and brings up the ball.
It's also very interesting how Howard, when they are shooting free throws, do not have any rebounders down low. They just concede any misses to the Michigan.
And now Walton Jr. passes it to Wilson. Wilson almost loses the ball, but Robinson able to get there. Drives. Wilson now mishandles the ball, and it'll be a Michigan ball. Lucky break for the Wolverines. I believe they looked like it was going to be Howard ball for a quick second. Zach Irvin now with the inbound, trying to find Walton Jr. trying to find some space, get open, finds him all the way in the back near the top of the key. Now Irvin with 7 seconds left to go, trying to make some isolation move. Finds Robinson wide open, deep three, but not able to make it. And Mangham with the rebound. Now Mingo pushing the pace, trying to bring it up. He'll drive past 3 defenders, and it'll be a block by Donald. But they take it back, and that would be a foul on Donald actually.
Yeah, that was a. Oh wait, no foul.
No foul.
Out of bounds. Well, that was an impressive block by Donald, but still, penetration's way too easy. Can't let him into the paint like that.
Leaky transition off defense by the Michigan Wolverines. Now Miller with the ball. Miller takes the fake step, takes the shot over the three, all over Wilson, and drains the three from the corner.
Not much you can do about that.
No, beautiful, great shot, great defense. Sometimes they make them. Walton Jr. now with the ball, passes it out to Wilson. Wilson about 10 feet out of the 3-point arc. Walton Jr. passes out to Zach Irvin. Zach Irvin trying to feed it to Wilson down at the post, not able to. But passes out to Walton. Donald back to Walton. Fine drop to Robinson drives back to Walton. Top of the key. 7 seconds left to go. Irvin drives, shoots, left-handed layup, not able to. Rebound, and the rebound will be for the Howard. And now Collins is pushing the ball for Howard now. Collins by himself right now, not trying to set up a play. It appears like the pick coming in from Boyd, but it looks like that's not going to happen. The pick set by Boyd in the end, passes out to Miller. Now number 12 shoots. Magnum drains the three.
Well contested 3-pointer goes in again.
And it will be 41-36. Michigan Wolverines tight game now, 2-possession game. Walton Jr. now at the top of the key. Passes it out to Zach Irvin, back to Walton Jr. Walton back out to Zach Irvin. Zach Irvin being guarded closely again. Walton Jr. being guarded closely by Stone. Passes out to Donald Robinson. Wilson being double covered. Loses the ball. Trent, quick steal by Howard. Drive. Reverse drive. Not able to, but the rebound set up by Magnum. Magnum it's fouled as he goes up for the layup. And another timeout called.
This Howard zone definitely has Michigan out of sorts on the offensive end. The offense definitely runs through the pick and roll, all those little dribble handoffs. Not able to do that against the zone.
And currently, right now, Michigan, Howard is on a 7-0 run. Michigan on a 7-0 run in the last two and a half minutes or so. So definitely, the Michigan shooters are a bit cold. See what Coach Beeline has to say during this timeout. Try telling them. What do you expect Beeline to actually tell them to say?
Keep the ball out of the corners on offense. Late there in the first half, Howard was really coming up, pressuring the Michigan ball handlers. Now they're kind of laying off, kind of daring Michigan to drive in on them. Driving in, kind of drifting out into the corners, and then they hit with the double team, causing a lot of turnovers.
Definitely, that's what we saw with Wilson when he lost the ball over in the corner. I think how on the other end, Howard is trying to continue that defensive, give them space, make them shoot their points in, especially with shooters as Irvin and Drew Rockman not really hitting any of the shots, and they know that Boyd and the rest of the front court of the Howard Bison were going to just bully anyone in down below.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Irvin, he may not be shooting well. I do like that he is still being aggressive, still trying to drive into the paint, put up his little floaters and mid-range jumpers.
And not just that, with Irvin driving, you give open spots, open looks to a Danny Wallen Jr. or to a Robinson. He'll creep out sometimes, shoot for that three. Wallen Jr. definitely trying his best to make a shot. Just the only difference is that the Howard defense is letting them, and they haven't been falling really in our favor. And the score is currently 41-36 with a little bit less than 12 minutes to go. If you're just joining us on the bright note, if you had listened in today, the women's basketball team won their season opener today. as well against the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. And now back to the game. It will be, I believe, Howard ball, and it will be a free throws in for Magnum, who is this will be his first free throw of the night. And it looks like that the coach for the Howard Bison has told them hit these free throws and we can come back into this game. Has definitely shown as Michigan's lead slowly dwindles. Magnum misses his first free throw. But you are right. It is interesting to see that the Bisons don't have any rebounders, just kind of giving up. That could be because of the fast break that we could set up with a Walter Abdul Rockman running down the wings, coming down. Now Walton now bringing up the ball, passes it out to Zach Irwin, back to Walter Jr. Irvin. Walter fakes a shot. Wilson as well. Walter Jr. now with the ball has Zach Irwin to his right, trying to find someone. Passes all the way across, finds Abdul Rockman. Rockman trying to take a shot, finds Irvin, who drives and draws a foul and one. Great right-handed high glass layup for Irving. Maybe this might be the start of a new run.
Yeah, that's why he's got to stay aggressive for plays like that.
Definitely, the ball movement led him for an open lane. It's Michigan's first points in almost a little bit less than 3 minutes, so this is huge.
Yeah. Also, going back to Howard, kind of electing to get back on defense on their free throws. A big disadvantage to the zone is that back in transition, your defense can get out of sorts because you're not just picking up a single man. You've got to get back to your spot and get set. That's why they are choosing to do that. You got to wonder how much that's impact the game with as many free throws as they've used.
Yeah, definitely. And the Howard return with Boyd making an easy layup in over. Now Wallen Jr. bringing up the ball. Wallen Jr. had to the left, back to Zach Irvin, passes back to Wallen Jr. Fakes a shot, tries to get something off the dribble. Wilson as well, back to Wallen Jr. Wallen Jr. can't find anyone really. Wilson near the free throw line finds Abdul Rockman for open three, not able to make it. Wilson with a rebound and puts it back up and draws the N1 once again. These simple fouls that Howard are giving them. Not really. There's no reason to contest these shots if they're this close.
Wilson attacking the offensive boards.
Definitely, it was a great offensive rebound. Wilson now he'll be shooting his first first free throw of the night. Michigan right now 9 for 10 on free throws, so completely different story. They tell the tape compared to the Howard Bisons. And it looks like there's going to be a sub in as well, as number 34 Abindu is coming in on for Boyd, trying to give Boyd a quick rest. Interesting to note that Howard, Mangum, Collins, and Miller are already at their own 3 fouls. It'll be interesting to see how they continue playing them with the last 10 minutes to go.
Michigan definitely has to take advantage right now. They cannot get dominated down low with the backups in the game.
Definitely, Boyd putting a lot of pressure on Wilson and on Robinson, on Wagner, I believe. Now Howard the ball passes it out to Magnum. Magnum now with the shot over Wilson, not able to make it, and it will be an over the back foul on Abdin, who just came in, and it'll be Michigan ball once again.
Yeah, excellent box out by Wagner right there. And we're in the bonus. All right.
Oh yeah, we're in the bonus now, so it will be I believe looks like Wagner will be taking the shot. Wagner has not taken a free throw yet, so it'll be Wagner with the first three on the field on the court right now for the Michigan Wolverines is Wilson, Walton Jr., Abdul Rockman, Wagner, and Irvin, and he misses it, but Michigan's able to get the rebound. Abdul Rockman now with the ball. Michigan, Danny Walton trying to set up a play, passes out to Wilson, back to Walton Jr. Walton Jr. finds Wilson near a free throw, finds Zach Irvin an open three, and drains the three.
Beautifully done by the Michigan offense right there. Getting the ball into the middle of the zone, causing the defense to collapse, kicking it out for the easy three-point shot.
Definitely, and then Wilson with the assist for that. And 49-38 Michigan.
Yeah, that's the way they have to play the zone every time. Finding that big man up there on the free throw line, really, that's the soft spot, that 2-3 zone, causes everyone to collapse, get some easy jumpers out of that.
Definitely that help defense try to come out to help. See Wilson with I turn around and do a simple jumper or drive that ball and head Zach Irvin on the open in the left hand side. Also, not only was he open, Wagner was open in the right on the right corner too. So there's many options for Danny Wallen Jr.
Yeah.
Zach Irvin currently today with 9 points, 5 rebounds. So definitely this point starting to come in where we needed where we wanted him to come through.
Yeah, big turnaround for Irvin after that 2-point first half. We need guys like him to be aggressive, step up, never be afraid to take shots. We're going to need him to score if we're going to be a successful team.
Definitely the mood has changed since the first N1 by Irvin in the beginning with his nice little finger roll high, top of the glass layup. The game kind of changed. Their confidence is definitely showing right there.
Going to be interesting to see who Howard puts out with all of the foul trouble right now. Figuring with the timeout that they're going to go back to Boyd, but we're going to have to wait and see here.
I know that right now Coach Beeline's probably telling him to continue beating the zone. If it looks like Howard, Michigan's finally figured out the zone, figured out to set up the trap with Walter around the top of the key. Have Wilson fade out to the right hand side, and then cut back into the middle. The nice overhand over the top pass, and then as how defense comes through. So it'd be interesting to see if either Howard instead of being in their 2-3 zone to a 3-2 zone, or switch back into maybe a man-to-man coverage ideal.
Yeah, you'd think, as great as Michigan's been playing against the last couple of possessions, that they would think about it, but that zone's really been working for them all night. I don't think they're going to be dissuaded by a couple of open threes going down.
Definitely, and the few and ones, but it'll be just a note to see how they keep on fouling for these and ones. That personal foul is going to go up, and we can get into double bonus. So now back to the game. Mingo now pushing the ball up. On the floor for Howard is Mingo, Boyd, Collins, Stone, and Miller. Mingo passes it out to Stone. Stone now at the top of the key, guarded by Wilson, and passes out to Mingo, who's right open, not able to make the shot. And Boyd with the ball. Boyd with the rebound, blocked by Wagner. But it appears that it'll be a foul on it'll be a foul on Boyd, and it'll be another 1-for-1.
Yeah, Michigan really needs to hit the boards harder there. Wagner is able to wrestle the ball away from Boyd, but he did get the ball initially. He had good position down low. If you're the Michigan bigs, they cannot get outboxed out by Boyd.
No, Boyd's a big guy, and he's definitely been putting up his own set of rebounds already with 4. But now Wagner with his first free throw, and it's good. So he'll get the second one. Definitely Michigan, 10 for 12 on rebound, 11 for 13 on rebounds right now. Definitely kind of the difference maker in this game, at least compared to the Howard Bisons. And now Wagner with his second free throw, and it's clutch and it's good again. And now Madison subbed back in. Now Madison now bringing the ball up. Madison to the right, being guarded by Wall Jr. Finds Miller down in the post. Miller turns around and draws the foul. And it appears that once again, not many people are happy about that foul on what I believe it was Wall Jr. But I'll just be if it's Wall Jr. I'll only be second. My bad. It'll be on Rockman,
which is his fourth.
So what will Coach Beeline do? Will he will bring someone in with 9 minutes to spare or what?
Looks like Robinson's at the check-in table.
Yes. Foul trouble, especially cutting into Rockman's minutes, who I believe is one of the better players on the team. His shooting capabilities are off the charts. So it'll be interesting to see. I think there'll be a quick timeout, I believe, 30 seconds. The official's talking to Coach Beeline about something.
I'm not sure what the problem is here.
Looks like they're going back to tape to view something. Maybe to get the call correctly on the foul, on who it is. But
looked like there was contact in the face area. I don't know if they're maybe think that's more than just a common foul.
Maybe a tech.
It looked like just a basketball play. I don't think any contact above the neck area was inadvertent. But
That's what I believe too. But if you're just joining us, we are 10 minutes left in the second half. It is 51-30 in Michigan. I'm playing against the Howard Bison. Currently leading for on the Michigan side was Walton Jr. with 14 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists. And on the Bison side, it is Miller with 10 points, 2 rebounds, and 2 assists. Again, the bigs have been definitely leading the way for the Howard Bisons. And it appears to just be just a foul, no technical of any sort. And the Howard will be shooting 2.
yeah, still the big issue is Rockman with 4 fouls. Definitely going to be missing him.
Four fouls with less than 9 minutes to go. Only a 13-point difference. A lead, but not yet too comfortable. And I believe it will be Miller it will be Mingo taking in the free throws. And it appears that Robinson will be checking in for what I hope to believe is Abdul Rockman, who is on 4 fouls. And Mingo's his first three flow is good. And he's 2 for 3 now tonight. And like the switch that we anticipated, Robinson for Abdul Rockman.
Yeah, Robinson having a cold night, 1 for 5 overall. But you got to think the way Michigan's attacking the zone, they're getting open 3-point shots. Robinson can knock them down for sure.
It's the cold night. It happens to the best of the best. Danny Wallen Jr. now taking the ball up. Pat has Zachar into his right.
Howard switched it up, went into full court pressure on.
It did. It seems like they want to start picking up these. Wilson now has the ball. Wilson trying to find someone. Wilson has Robinson at the top. Wilson's double covered. Watson back out to Zach Irvin. Zach Irvin trying to look to drive. Wilson has Robinson open. Zach Irvin with a 3 at the top of just in and out. Wilson with the rebound. And then Wilson fouled as he went up for the shot. Interesting to know, even though Robinson did come in, he also has 3 fouls. So it will be interesting what Coach Beeline would have to do if Robinson collects his 4th one as well.
Perhaps Lonergan will get some more minutes here in the second half.
Yes, that's definitely a thing. The Wilson has just been. Oh, my bad. Sorry. It will be free throws for Wilson, who is currently 1 for 1 tonight. Nice 2 for 2.
Yeah, Wilson's definitely been a difference maker so far in the second half. His attacking of the offensive boards really given this team a lot of energy.
Definitely. Now Wilson's third 3 free throws coming up. See if he continues a perfect 3 for 3. And it's up, and he misses it, but it appears that there would be actually a re-3. It would be done again.
Lane violation?
I believe so. And it would be a little blessing in disguise for Wilson. Wilson now back up for his reattempt of the second free throw of 2. Shot up and it's good. And Wilson is 3 for 3. Michigan overall is 14 for 16 on free throws. Madison now, Howard pushing with the ball with Madison at the top of the key with the rock. Now passes it out to Stone. To Stone, who passes it out to Magnum. Magnum back out to Wilson. Sorry, my bad. Madison now Mingo with the ball. Mingo down with the ball, trying to charge. But now it's stolen by Danny Walton Jr. Danny Walton Jr. passes out to Zach Irvin. Zach Irvin now pushing the ball. Back out to Walton Jr. Has Robinson, has Wilson for open. Wilson passes it out to Zach Irvin. Zach Irvin back to Danny Walton at the top of the key. Robinson now being covered. Quick pass to Wagner. Wagner tries a quick pass to Wilson, not able to. And it was tipped out of bounds by the Howard Bison. It'll be a inbound pass for Michigan Wolverines.
It was good ball movement, but maybe a little bit too unselfish there by the Wolverines.
That definitely, I believe we had a few open looks there, beginning with the Wilson and then the Zach Irvin. Now Zach Irvin inbounds it all the way back to Walton Jr. Walton Jr. now has Zach Irvin to his right. Wilson tries to set up the pick. Not able to. Zach Irvin now with the ball. 5 seconds left to go. Zach Irvin driving. The foul called. I believe it will be an offensive foul on There'll be an offensive foul on Zach Irvin. Sorry. It'll be fouled by the Howard Bisons, and now Irvin will be shooting his free throws.
Yeah, on the floor, but double bonus, so shooting 2.
Yes, we have reached the double bonus for University of Michigan. Now his first free throw, Irvin now 1 for 2 on the night, and his second one coming up right about now, and it's up, and it's good.
Yeah, that's got to put a smile on Beeline's face. Coaches love good free throw shooting.
Definitely, free throws are just free points to give. Michigan definitely taking advantage of that, shooting 16 for 18 tonight at the free throw line. Now Howard back with the ball. Madison now has the ball, and right now Walton giving him space. Hasn't really been a threat from the 3-point line. Madison trying to drive, not able to. Trying to find some space. Has no one able to get to it. It's a pass intercepted by Wagner. Wagner hands it off to Dane Jr., but loses it in transition and the ball is given back out to the Howard Bison. Obviously not a big. Obviously the Maze Rage fan is not too fond about that call, saying that it had bounced off Madison before it went out.
Yeah, it definitely looked like Madison got his hand on that ball. And if he didn't get it on the ball, it was on Walton's arm, which should have been a foul. But anyway, it's Buffalo Bison ball.
And there will be a few changes on the court. Miller, Madison, Collins, Magnum, and Boyd will be on the court for the Buffalo Bison, and it will be Junior, Irvin, Rockman, and Wagner back on the field. So Beeline decided to put Rockman back in. It will be interesting to see what happens. Shot by Howard, and it's a clean jump, fadeaway jumper by Williams.
Yeah, I don't really mind seeing Rockman sit a little bit longer here.
And now now Wilson with the ball in the corner, back out to Waldron at the top of the key, pass it out to Wilson, and Donald comes in and scores a layup.
Fantastic ball movement.
57-42, Michigan Wolverines with 7 minutes to go. Mingo now with the ball, bringing it up. Mingo has Collins in the corner, but Williams in the corner, but didn't decide to pass it. Collins now with the ball. Collins trying to fix, pass, spins, moves, tries to lay it up, and drew the contact against Wilson.
Lots of fouls this game.
Definitely, and that'll be Wilson's third personal foul. A quick timeout by the Howard Bison, I believe. But 7 minutes left to go. 15 points down. If you're the Howard Bison coach, what are you telling them right now?
Well, they're absolutely getting destroyed now on the defensive end. Michigan really looks like they figured out how to play the zone. They've got to be pretty worried about that. Also, probably encouraging them to attack on offense more. They've definitely been settling for jump shots way more often the second half, and it is definitely not their game. Only 3 for 11 from the 3-point line. Not what you want to see.
No, definitely not ideal. 11 for 24 on a free throw. And even if you just make half those points, even if you're, let's say you are 17 for 24, it's still not ideal. But it's less than a 10-point game at that point. It's a different feel, different atmosphere as well.
Yeah, free throws have definitely been the story of the game. Just both teams have been aggressive in going inside, but a lot of foul calls. Pretty abnormal. And definitely Michigan knocking down all these free throws has been a big part of their success.
And it looks like not only does Collins have 4 fouls, but he was the one that received the technical early first half. So it's something to note as well. For Collins, see how much stronger he plays with 7 minutes to go. Once you're at that foul limit, that's when your game completely changes. You no longer play more safe, kind of a little bit less aggressive, not trying to draw that contact. And players will definitely play into that, see if they can get you off. In my opinion, Collins has been kind of the hardest working man on that field, on that court for them. Definitely driving, definitely the go-to guy for the Bisons.
Yeah, and he has played the most minutes here for the Bison, and would imagine they're going to keep him in the game even with the 4 fouls. I'd like to see Michigan attack him on offense.
Definitely now, as we're going back into the game, It will be free throws, I believe. Correct. It will be free throws for the University of Michigan. Sorry, my bad. For the Howard Bison, so it'll be Collins taking the free throws. Collins tonight is 4 for 7 on free throws. Definitely getting to the line. Huge deal, but not taking the most opportunity out of it. Misses his first one. Now 4 for 8 on the night. Only shooting 50%, and his fifth free throw. And once again, no rebounders for the Howard Bison, and misses that one as well. So 0 for 2 on Collins for that trip to the line.
Strange. His free throw stroke looks really good. The ball goes right in and out, though.
Yep,
Weird.
and now Walton Jr. now with the ball. Walton being guarded by pretty closely by Mingo now. Zach Irvin trying to drive, has Wilson for the alley-oop layup. Great teamwork and anticipating the pass up. No one was covering Wilson as he went up to grab it in the air. Mingo now with the ball being guarded by Walton Jr. Collins now outside the 3-point mark and back and passes it to Boyd. Boyd just punishing inside over Robinson. Not much he can do about it.
Yeah, beautiful hook shot.
Now Irvin with the ball back out to Walton Jr. Walton Jr. now has the ball, trying to figure out how to pass. Has Wilson open corner for three, but passes to Zach Irvin at top. Wilson Jr. with a long three and drains it. Beautiful shot by him. 17 points on the night. Going on with 1 rebound and 3 assists.
Yeah, normally don't like to see deep threes that early in the shot clock, but if it goes in.
He felt it then. Now Mingo down with the ball, trying to pass the Boyd down in the post, back trying to work with against Donald, who's double teamed by Walton Jr. Walton Jr. with the steal. Walton Jr. now pushing the pace, slows it down a little bit, but passes it right back to Collins. Another transition break, and then there's a layup by Collins, and it will be 62-46 Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, bad turnover there by Walton, but do love to see him get the steal on the double team there. I've got to imagine Howard's going to keep going down low to Boyd. Michigan needs to be active on the double team.
Definitely. Now Walton Jr. at the top of the key with the ball, being slowly double teamed, and Irvin with the long range three, not able to make it. Wilson fighting for the rebound, but it will be Howard ball now. Howard pushing the pace at top. Collins now with the ball. Collins has 2 on him, trying to takes a jumper, not able to. Wilson with the ball. Collins believing that there was some contact on that shot. Walton Jr. now with the ball, has Robinson in the corner. I don't believe he sees and trying to set up a play right now.
It looks like Howard's switching up, going to a 1-3-1 zone right now.
Definitely. And Walton Jr. again with a deep three and drains that one as well. 20 points. He's hot. He's hot. I can't say what you're going to do about it. 20 points now for Walton Jr. Stroke looks clean. The release is perfect. And Howard's now has to start thinking about not giving him as much space.
Yeah, he's stepping into it, looking really confident. No hesitation on that jump shot at all.
Catch and shoot. Now Mingo with the ball now for Howard. Cutting across the side, trying to set something up, trying to find Collins down low in the post, but not able to. Mingo with the ball, 15 seconds on the shot clock left. Tries to hand it off to Boyd. Boyd now near the line. Tries to pass it, but it's deflected, and Zach Irvin now pushing the press. Is he going to drives in and gets blocked by actually the backboard, and it would be, I believe, Michigan ball again still.
Yeah, he may have had a little dump off pass there to Donnell. Would have been an easier shot. But, I can't ever complain about aggressiveness.
Actually, it was an offensive foul, it appears like. And it would be it would be 2 shots for Collins as Buffalo are now. It'll be a 1 for 1 for Collins as they're in the bonus now as well. Collins makes his first free throw, 4 for 9 on the night. And now here comes the second one. And he makes that one as well. So 5 for 10 tonight. Definitely getting to the line very often tonight. The most out of either team. Walton Jr. now with the ball, passes it out to Wilson. Wilson now passes out to Zach Irvin, who's at the top of the key. Has Robinson. Robinson being guarded by Williams. Passes out to Wilson. Passes it out to Walton Jr. Walton Jr. out to Donald. Walton Jr. now driving. Finds Wilson wide open. Fakes. And a misplayed pass, and it'll be a backcourt violation. Interesting why Wilson would have passed it back out. He had the open layup.
Being just too unselfish there. Definitely should have just went right up to the basket with it. Also, kind of a no look. Just ended up going to no one.
Definitely trying to go for it. No, unselfish is great to see, but sometimes you just gotta take it, especially when you're that close. And it's 65-48 in the favor of the Michigan Wolverines with 3:45 left to go. Wall Jr. definitely putting up the stats tonight with 20 points, 1 rebound, and 3 assists, and definitely just kind of carrying this team tonight.
Yeah, great efficiency as well. 5 for 9 from the floor, 4 for 7 from 3, and 6 from 6 from the line. Love to see that.
Great to see efficiency. Great to see Zach Irvin back as well, playing 31 minutes tonight. He did have last season a pretty injury-plagued season, and so it's good to see him back to this season coming out strong.
Yeah, it was definitely a big question. Who's going to be the most dominant player on the offensive end for Michigan? Is it going to be Walton? Is it going to be Irvin? They both have a lot of offensive talent. Kind of interesting to see Walton kind of step up, kind of be the lead man for Michigan tonight.
Partly, I really have to do that fact also that if we look at Madison being on a 5'9" guard guarding him, Walton Jr. kind of has had his way, and even when they do the switch of Stone onto him or Collins onto him or Williams onto Walton Jr. Still to get past his man and either go in for the drive or able to make some space to get the open three.
Yeah, definitely just a great game for him overall.
That I would agree with you. I would agree with you as well. Interesting to see that Beeline hasn't switched yet to some of the other subs yet, though. We saw a little bit of Simpson in the beginning of the game, but we haven't seen him since nor Logging. So
20-point game now, or nearly 20 points. With only a little less than 4 minutes to go, I'd like to see some of the freshmen get in, but this group's really firing on all cylinders right now. Definitely got to think that he's liking what he's seeing from these guys. Maybe build some confidence, can lead into better things in the future.
Definitely now back to the game, and it would be inbound for the Howard Bison.
Oh, interesting. Rockman's back in the game.
Well, with 3 minutes to go, I'm not too surprised if he does foul out. Not a major cause. Now Mingo with the ball finds Boyd in the middle, and Boyd goes in for a layup, but it looks like he wanted to dunk it, and all his layup and made decision there was not able to make it, but it would be a foul regardless. For the Bison, and it will be up. My apologies. It will be a foul by Boyd, and it will be a Michigan free throws. And it looks like Donald will be taking the free throws. 2 of them since Michigan is in the double bonus at this point. Donald tonight is 3 for 3 on free throws, so let's see if he can continue a perfect night. And his first free throw does not make it. It's currently 65-48. Substitutions in for Howard. Number 2 comes in for 1 second, and it will be free throw for Donald. And the shot is up, and it's good. In for Howard now is Endo, Mingo, Magnum, Williams, and Obindu. And for the Michigan Wolverines, there was no switches at all.
Oh, Wagner did come in for Donnell.
Oh, did he? Oh, Wagner did come in for Donnell. My apologies. And now currently back with Howard having the ball. Finds Mingo with an open shot and makes it in. And it's 66-50 on Michigan Wolverines. Now Dalton Jr. up pressing. Passes out to Abdul Rockman. Passes back out to Wagner. Wagner now with the ball. Now back to Abdul Rockman. Rockman passes it out to Irvin. Irvin trying to find someone. Irvin maybe looking and it'll be a foul. It looks like on Howard, and it'll be 2 free throws once again for the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, Bindu and Wagner really fighting down low for position, getting a little testy down there.
And Wagner now with the 2 free throws. Wagner on the night is 2 for 3 on free throws with 4 points, 3 rebounds, and his first free throw is good.
Yeah, real luxury for Michigan is the free throw shooting of their big men. Wagner and Donnell are combined 7 for 9 so far. You know, a lot of teams do not get that good of free throw shooting from their big men.
And talking about Xavier Simpson beforehand, Simpson has now subbed in for Walton Jr. And giving some of those minutes to the younger players, especially with about 3 minutes to go, up 18 points. Beelan trying to make sure they have game time experience. So for later this season, a shot missed by Williams, and it will be rebounded by Abindu and put back up. Simpson now with the ball, bringing it up. Simpson passes out to Robinson. Robinson by himself. Robinson trying to pass out to Abdul Rockman. Rockman makes the cut but doesn't. Ball now with Zach Irvin, and Robinson turns all the way around, not able to, and Wagner tries to put it back in, but not able to, but he's got fouled. And will go back to the line.
Yeah, really liking what I'm seeing out of Simpson so far tonight in limited minutes. Playing well. He's certainly the future of this program with Irvin and Walton Jr., the two leaders on this team, both seniors. Next year, Simpson's going to be the big man on the team.
Definitely in Simpson. And now Donald with another makes his first free throw. Donald on the night is 5 for 6. Checking in now will be Wilson for Anderson. Or Wilson for Robinson. My apologies. Close out this game. 2 minutes and 23 seconds left to go. Michigan Wolverines lead it 70-52.
A lot of subbing between Donnell and Wagner right here at the end. Kind of wondering what's up with that.
And Watson now also back in. Watson now into the game as well. Just giving some of those big guys some time to rest and everything. They do have a game on Sunday as well, so trying to give those guys a few extra minutes of rest before Sunday's game. Now Howard with the ball loses the ball though, and it'll be Wagner with the steal. That passes it back to Bill Rockman. Rockman bringing the ball up, trying to go isolation with 1-on-1. Doesn't pass it out to Watson. Watson passes it to Simpson. Simpson finds Wilson deep past the 3-point line, out of his range. Donald now with the ball. Donald is Wagner. Sorry, is stripped up. The ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, interesting. Looking to get some post-up touches for Wagner with his back to the basket. Not something you see a lot from this Michigan basketball team.
And Wagner now back to the line. I believe Wagner's been to the line in the last 4 minutes, 2 or 3 times now. It appears like Wagner was his first shot, and it's good. Wagner now 5 for 6 on the night. Michigan definitely hitting hard the free throw points and being very clinical from the line tonight.
Yeah, as a team, you always want to get at least about 70% from the line. Michigan shooting 88% is fantastic.
Definitely. And now a little bit less than 2 minutes left to go. And it'll be Howard bringing the ball up. Mingo now bringing the ball up. Going to be guarded by Simpson. Simpson now guarding him pretty closely, not letting him try to get past anywhere. Passes it out to Obindu. Obindu passes it out to Magnum. Magnum back out to Williams. Williams shoots and drains it. And it'll be inbound. Simpson back to longer in. Back to Simpson. Simpson now bringing the ball up. Now Watson with the ball. Finds longer in. At the top of the key, who passes out to Wilson. Wilson now
looking for Wagner in the post.
Definitely trying to feed him in the post. With Simpson now with the ball. 10 seconds left to go. Simpson trying to find someone. Passes out to Watson to the right. 6 seconds to go. Watson trying to make something out of it. Passes out to Simpson. Simpson drives. Layup, and it is good.
A soft touch.
Nice little finger roll into the basket. Now Howard trying to make the counterattack real quick. Mingo driving, but there'll be a foul.
Foul's just not stopped.
Foul. And it'll be a foul on Obindu. And Obindu has fouled out.
surprising with all the fouls. First guy to foul out here tonight. And in only 7 minutes.
Obindu, 7 minutes and 5 fouls. Not what you want to. Well, not as a bench player, not what you want to be doing.
Yeah, you know, not a whole lot you can do. These refs have been calling the game really close.
Definitely. So, when you have players as in a Wong Jr. or as in a Donald or a Robinson, who are going to be right there in the post, or who are going to draw contact a lot of the times. You can track him to spots real quick. Now back, Watson out with the ball, drives, lays it up, and he's good.
Nice move.
His shoe comes off real quick, but
play goes on.
and he goes back playing with only one shoe on. And Howard passes tipped out of bounds, and it would be Howard ball once again.
Oh,
25 seconds left to go.
Abdur Rahman with the assist, throwing the shoe back out to Watson.
And Watson trying to get that shoe back on before the game starts. I think Howard's gonna let him put it on real quick. The refs are as well. Playing one shoe, not in this kind of sweaty hardwood floor, not your best idea. Seen a few accidents like that happen. Ankle goes.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just stop the play there before, but whatever, it all works out.
Then the crowd applauding him for tying his shoe. Passes all the way back out to Domingo. And now it'll be Williams with the ball, trying to bring it in. Shoots over to defenders, not able to make it, and it will be Howard ball again after a mess of rebounds since not able to grab onto it. And neither was Lewis for Howard, but it will be Howard ball once again. 15 seconds left to go, 76-55 Michigan. And now passes out to Lewis. Lewis out to Williams. Williams driving, reverse layup, nice, and draws the foul. And he'll be going to the line. Williams definitely, in only 12 minutes, has made quick work of this Michigan defense. Definitely has been trying to spark up this offense.
Yeah, his jump shot's been falling. He looks really good, taking step backs, fadeaways. Looking like a really nice player
as well. So that'll be 8 points. 8 points on for the night for only 12 minutes. 10 seconds left, and that's Simpson bringing it up. And I believe this will be the end of the game. So the final score is 76-58 to the University of Michigan. I'm Alex Lopez with Nate Sorensen, and we wish you a good night, a safe ride back home, and a go blue.